Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Off to a brilliant start. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Oakfield Farm. Where today we're doing a bit of harvesting. You can see that I finally remembered to turn off more realistic mod on this map because it is silly at best with hills. It's gonna stay in the roleplay series because I'll find ways to make it work in the roleplay series. I'll probably end up strapping lots and lots of wheels to things and hoping for the best. I've just noticed the sheep need cleaning. That can be done later. But yeah, today we are going to be doing a wheat harvest. First non-MR harvest in a little while, actually, since the West Coast. I'm not too upset by that, I'll be honest. As much as I like MR, the hill thing is just... it's infuriating to say the least. And it's something that Durrell needs to work on. He likes blaming mappers for it, but no, it's the mod's fault. The game isn't particularly good with hills either, and MR just makes that problem worse. It is something, you know, that I'm not going to harp on about it too long, but it's something that I think he needs to address, is the hill issue. In any case, this coming week is going to be an interesting one for me because I've got to record 2 weeks worth of videos in a week. Because my sister will be working night shifts at the start of April, and I basically can't do anything before I stream, and even then the streams might be a bit delayed, because the start of next week, not this coming week, but the week, not the week that's starting now, but next week. I'm confusing myself because I'm recording before the stream, and usually I record afterwards. But I might not be streaming at my normal times. I might be at weird and wonky times if I stream at all, and I might be late a few days. And that's just because I don't want to be waking her up when she's sleeping, because she's on night shift and everything has to change, which is always fun. You can see even like. Going back to the hill thing, like the harvester has slowed down because we're going uphill. That makes sense. It'd be kind of nice if there was a yield loss for going, you know, uphill like this. Because in reality, there might be a bit of grain just shooting straight through the harvester because it's not spending as much time on the shaker tables. And then like maybe yield gain going up downhill even. Oh, you can tell that I'm not fully here today, can't you? I slept like 4 hours last night because my body decided, no, you don't need sleep. You don't need sleep. You're gonna go to sleep at like 7 o'clock and wake up at 10:30. Which is always a fun time. But the joy of not having a more, for you guys at least, and for me I guess, is that things are going to get done a lot more quickly, yes, words. Now there is some stuff that I'm intentionally not doing right now, because I'm recording this before yesterday's stream, and there's stuff that I want to keep for the stream. One thing in particular that I could do, but I'm not doing, and I just realized that I made a mistake, and I'll have to go out again immediately after this, before the stream, to fix it. It's not a mistake you can see, at least. It's something that you can. For those of you that maybe missed Saturday's stream, we got some greenhouses. We're using manure from the pigs and the cows to run them. I came to the bright decision I still think it's a good decision that having 2 skid steers on the map was more efficient than having 1 telehandler. I'm gonna stick by that, despite the fact that it's more expensive. I don't have to be traveling around. I don't have to be using them as much as I would have had to use the telehandler. And there's gonna be some stuff with pig feed that's going to be really helpful, having a telehandler, or not a telehandler, a skid steer specifically at the pigs. Because as some of you might know, I've got the pig food star in the map. And hopefully by the time this video goes out, I'll have it working with grain. I'll have it working with wheat. I'll have it, and barley. I think wheat and barley. I've not tested it yet. That's something I might take a bucket of wheat and try it. Because like, if it doesn't work now, then I can at least fix it before the stream. Because it'll be like a 30-second fix. So yeah, while we're emptying the combine, this is something I was going to keep for the stream, but if it's broken, it's broken. I need to fix it. So we got 7,500 litres of wheat here. Thought we had more, but okay. 7,500 litres. If I back up here, this should work. If I back up here, we're now in the trigger. It's not unloading the wheat. Why is it not unloading the wheat? Did I change the wrong trigger? Oh, I didn't do it. I think I did I? I think I changed the trigger for the top bit. So if I were to hop... I think I changed the trigger for that door to take wheat, because it... Unless because it's not zipped, I'm using the non-zip... I'm using the zipped version, and I didn't zip up the version that I tweaked. Truly a genius I am. That can be fixed before the stream. I'll have to test it before the stream too, so that'll be fun times. This is what happens when Dave tries to fix things. He makes things a lot worse and ends up causing more problems for himself. What else is there that I can talk about? I'm just thinking of that. Because there's a lot of stuff I could talk about and a lot of stuff that I don't want to talk about. As I check my emails. Because I'm a professional YouTuber, yo. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in the farm sim world at the moment, is there? It's kind of, like Giants, I applaud them for this. I've been on FSUK, Lizardhan has been on FSUK, asking modders. Hey, for those of you that don't like using Giants motto, why is this? Can you explain your rationale behind it to us? Because we want to make it a place where modders want to go. And unfortunately has been getting attacked for it by modders. Not all modders. I'm not putting all modders in the same group, but some modders think that it's just Giants playing the Three Monkeys card, the Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, See No Evil card. When in reality it's Giants trying to figure out the flaws with the mod hub, which there are a few. Namely that the testing is inconsistent at best. Same could be said of FSUK at times. I'm a big proponent of FSUK. As you guys know, I promote the crap out of it. But at the end of the day, FSUK is an amateur-run fan site. It's not run by the game developers. It's not using the game developers' quality assurance team. So maybe the criticism of Giants for the inconsistency is valid. Maybe it's a bit unfair, because I mean everybody's going to have different opinions on things. That's why most judging panels are made up of 3 people from 3 different backgrounds. Or 3 at least vaguely different backgrounds. I know the Madmania mapping judges were, and this is public on FS UK, you can look this up, me, who I know my way around GE and mapping, Bullet Bill, who knows his way around GE and mapping, and CCS 101, who doesn't bring out that many mods, but knows their way around GE and mapping. One of the best testers over in FS UK, one of the most consistent. So I would expect that the scores while they might not line up in terms of pure numbers, will line up in terms of like what maps did best and what maps did worst. More or less. There's a few things that are kind of personal preference with those maps that would be taken into account with the judging, I think. And maybe a bit of extra generosity for some stuff, a bit less generosity for others. But that's why you have 3 judge panels with stuff. That's why you have usually multiple people testing, like judging things, because it gets rid of all personal biases. It gets rid of all the, oh, well, I like this, but he likes that, so I'm going to mark this higher, and he's gonna hate this. You know, I think maybe Giants should have a team of amateur testers for mods who go into them blind, who are just like handed a mod and told, here, test this. You know, to follow these criteria, and of course the console stuff they'd have to do themselves because they're the ones with the dev kit. But for like PC only stuff, definitely for the beta stuff, I think it'd be more worthwhile if Giants deployed the more FS UK style testing, where it's a bunch of amateurs who have the time to do this stuff and who do it. I'm just gonna give a random example here. Bullet Bill brings out a new tractor mod. I know that he doesn't tend to make tractor mods all that much. He brought out a Massey pack in FS 15, and he's brought out the Marston trailers in FS 15 and 17, but he doesn't tend to bring out that many equipment mods. But we'll just use him as an example here. Let's say he uploads a new tractor. It's a John Deere 6R, for argument's sake. And Giants take it and they say, well, this can't go on console, so we can give it over to, we only can do PC testing with it. And they give the John Deere 6R mod completely anonymized, you know, tweak the XML so that it doesn't say the modder's name or the author's name, because that's something that modders do, is they sign the XMLs, because they always do it, and it's part of the XML. It's just a thing. Let's say they remove that bit of the XML, which doesn't affect anything else. It's a commented out bit of section anyway. Let's say they do that. They hand it out to 3 to 5 people, and the people are told mark it from 0 to 100 on these criteria. If it gets, let's say, an 85 or above on average from everybody, it's good for the mod hub. If not, let's say if it hits an 84 on average from everybody, Giants go and test it. If it gets a 60 or below, then Giants just say this was rejected by our testing panel for the following, under the following categories. And while it's a little less transparent than the way it's currently done, because currently what happens is Giants run it through their tests, or the QA team run it through tests, and they get a fail log if, we'll say, a mod or a map fails, and it could be that the failures is primarily optimization, and that'd be something the Giants would have to test themselves either way. because people optimization is very subjective, and Giants have an objective way of testing it. But a lot of the fails that I've been seeing have been on optimization, where people are using the wrong DDS format. People are using DXT3, which is the format Giants don't want people to use at all. It's DXT5 or DXT1. DXT1 is for anything that's a solid color, or like a solid texture, like this shed. DXT5 is for decals like the Joskin sticker on this trailer, or the trans space, or the Joskin sticker down there, or pretty much all of the icons on this case. Magnum. That would be a DXT5 texture. The red and black and silver would all be DXT1, because it's just basically blocks of color. There's no transparency. That's where people fall down, because they use the wrong DXT formats. And I might be wrong between DXT3 and DXT5. I know there's one they don't like and one they do, between 3 and 5. And then there's, we'll say, lack of bitmaps, which that's a very basic mistake to make with a texture. I can understand Giants failing people on that, because it's an optimization thing as well. It allows the textures to load in higher and lower quality. He says, accidentally turning the combine off. What other fails have I seen that people get angry at? Oh, too many polys. Too many polys is another one that people tend to get a bit miffed at when they put in their mod and Giants come back and say, nope, we're rejecting this because it has an unjustifiable number of polygons, which are actually triangles. A lot of people like to think that squares. No, a polygon is a triangle. A lot of modelers kind of fall flat on this because they make something with so many square polygons, and then they put it into game, and suddenly the poly count's mysteriously doubled. Well, how did that happen? I had a poly count of this, but now it's double what I had. How? You're playing tricks on me now, aren't you? No, it's because when it goes into the game engine, it converts every square into 2 triangles. This is something that a lot of modelers maybe don't realize, actually. Maybe they don't know the difference between, like, a model for animation or display, because there are 3D models that are just for display purposes, and then a model for in-gaming, because an in-game model will actually be naturally lower polygon count. What else is there that people fail on quite regularly? Like, most of the fails that I've seen have been like little things like that. I know Oxygendavid had the fail because of the hose, and everybody laughed at him, including me and including Bullet Bill, and you know, there's the hosepipe ban jokes now for Oxygendavid. But you know, it's something that I don't mind Giants failing mappers on, especially, like, and this might sound like I'm biased here, especially the top quality guys like Bullet Bill, Oxygendavid. I don't mind them failing on tiny little details, because I know, they know, and I think Giants know that's the stuff that would annoy them in the future if they found out that, oh, hang on, this is floating in this map. I don't like that. Because there is a perfectionism to their mapping. And yes, it might seem unfair that they get tested much more harshly than we'll say Dusty Dave or Lancy Boy, just to name 2 people who are good mappers, They're very good mappers, but they're not up to Oxygendavid or Bullet Bill standards just yet. I think with a bit more learning they might be. Or Nathan. Or who else? Well, most mappers fall under this category where like the smaller tiny details will be overlooked a bit, and it's kind of like, oh well, you know, your optimization's a bit bad. Here's how to fix it. We'll help you through it. And this is something that annoys me, that a lot of people don't publicize. A lot of people who want to complain about Giants don't publicize. Oh, it failed on this, and this. Well, yeah, but did you talk to them about it? Did you send them a nice email saying, hey, you know, it failed on these things. How do I fix them? Or do you have any suggestions on fixes for these problems with the map? Instead of going off on a rant on Facebook or FSUK or wherever and complaining the Giants are biased against you or whatever you want to complain about, the Giants want to help. This is something that surprisingly few people know. Giants want to help modders. If you ask Giants for help, odds are you're going to get it if you're nice about it. If you're going to rip on them on Facebook and FSUK and everywhere else, then maybe they're not going to help you because, well, you've insulted us already. Why would we bother? But if you're nice, you'll probably get a bit more. If you have a joke with them, talk to them like humans instead of some sort of evil robot like YouTube. The YouTube demonetization bot, which I know I complain about a lot, but that's a robot, it's fine. I'm not actually insulting any humans apart from the people who made that damn thing, who are idiots. But like, if you interact with Giants nicely, they might be willing to give you a bit more, because hey, this guy's nice, I like him, I'm gonna help him because he's nice. If you rip on them every time something fails, and this is advice for all modders and everybody, general life advice. If something goes against you, you don't get mad. You talk to them calmly and you say, hey, you know, this could you not, like, I know that this is a thing that you do, but could you explain the thing? Like, we'll say Giants fail a map. Okay, I know that my map failed and I accept it, but could you explain how to fix it? Because I want to fix it. I don't understand the failure here. What? How can I fix it? If you say that to Giants, odds are they're going to help you. If you go to Facebook and say, rah, 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 Giants are evil and they are the worst because they failed my map, because they hate me and they have a vendetta against me and I have been blacklisted and this and that and the other, they're not going to help you because you're just ripping on them. Because you like, they don't know you. All they see is, oh, this dude submitted a map or a mod or whatever, it failed, and then they went to Facebook and started complaining that their mod failed because it wasn't good enough. And coming up with these wild conspiracy theories of whatever, you know, keep that stuff private. There's a lot of stuff that's happened on YouTube, through emails, on Discord, on Facebook, wherever, that, you know, I've not been happy with. Have I ever made any of that public? No, because I don't want to be that guy who's ripping on people constantly in videos, and I know that I'm doing it now. But I'm ripping on a mentality, not a person. And this is advice Bullet Bill gave me, and gave a lot of people, is be nice to Giants and they'll be nice to you. Help Giants, help you. You know, it's something a lot more people should know, is like, if you're angry at something, fine, be angry. But don't bring it into the public sphere. Don't put it out on Facebook. Don't broadcast it anywhere. If you want to be salty about something, be salty in private. I've been salty about stuff in the last few weeks and never mentioned on streams. Never mentioned in a video. I might have mentioned it in the Discord admin chat, like on... I'm gonna mention this specifically, because I want to talk about it real quick before I finish the video. On Saturday, when my stream did badly, I knew it was because Mark Armstrong was streaming Skeleton at the same time. And... a couple of my mods in the admin chat and Discord, so I'm not naming names and I'm not going to make any of what was said public. A couple of my mods weren't impressed by that and said, oh, you shouldn't be streaming over you, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've spoken to Mark on a few occasions. I know why he streams. I know the mentality behind his streaming. And I know that absolutely none of it is intentional or vindictive or out to hurt anybody. Yes, he streams over me occasionally when he's, you know, with the same game. Do I generally care? No. I get frustrated? Yes. Does it bother me? A bit. Am I going to attack him for it? No, because I know why he streams and I know the logic behind it and I've spoken to him about it before. I haven't spoken to him about it specifically, but I've spoken to him and understand where he's coming from. That's a lot more important than me being angry about something, is to understand. Like, I'll ask you guys that, hey, you know, if I'm streaming, please watch, but if you want to watch something else, that's fine. If you don't want to watch the videos, that's fine. If you... And this is a particular one. If you don't like the map I'm on and you want me to change map, and you're getting bored of, you know, the videos on the map, let me know. That's fine. I can change maps next week. Or the week after that. I know that I'm getting a week ahead in videos, and that's gonna be a bit annoying for me, but... And I'm intentionally limiting the maps that I can play, because there's 1 or 2 maps from Mod Mania that I'd like to go on. And have a play on. But I'm intentionally not playing them on the channel because that wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair me judging them, you know, for the contest privately, giving my scores to Yellowbam and submitting all that, and then going on the channel and saying, hey, look at this map, it's great. You know, there's one map that I really wish more people would download and have a look at. They're not doing it. While I could go and say, oh well, I'm gonna put it on the channel, that would be interfering, and I don't want to interfere. You know, the public are gonna do what the public's gonna do, and I'm not gonna try and influence that in any way, even if it's gonna hurt. That map I think is fantastic in the contest. All I can say, that is, I guess interfering a small bit, but just trying to level the playing field, is if you've not voted yet and you've not looked at all the maps, have a look at all the maps, because it's not fair on the people whose maps you haven't looked at when you're voting. It's not fair on them, you going in and saying, oh well, I've looked at these 3 maps and I really like them, so they're gonna get my votes. What if the other 2 maps in the contest were even better than the 3 you liked? What if the 3 you liked were the 3 worst? You know, I think it's a shame that well, I can understand that it's always gonna happen that some of the maps aren't getting the attention they deserve in my eyes. And this has been a really negative episode, wow. I've just spent this entire half hour complaining about stuff, haven't I? I apologize for that. But that's the kind of weird mood that I'm in, I guess. But, yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Or endured, I don't know. Hope I enlightened you on a couple of things. Particularly with the little giants talk, because too many people have the wrong mindset, I think. But that is going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed, or endured, or whatever. I'll leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Oakfield Farm. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.